One look, one pause. One couch that suddenly feels too small for the feelings they're trying to hide. This is the moment where silence speaks louder than words and where everything between Nick and Noah is about to change. The room is quiet, but not calm. Nick and Noah sit on the same couch, close enough to feel each other's warmth, yet far enough to pretend there is nothing between them. The lights are low, casting soft shadows on the walls. The air feels heavy, like something important is waiting to be said, but no one dares to start. Every small sound, the shift of fabric, a slow breath feels louder than it should. Noah keeps her hands folded in her lap, fingers pressing together as if she's holding back a storm of thoughts. She stares ahead, not at Nick, because looking at him would make things harder. Nick leans back, trying to look relaxed, but his body gives him away. His shoulder is tense. His jaw tightens every time she moves. He tells himself to stay still, to keep his distance, but his heart doesn't listen. There's history between them, and it hangs in the air like unfinished words. Things said in anger. Things never said at all. The couch becomes a line between control and chaos. Nick feels it every time Noah shifts closer, even by accident. Their arms almost touch, almost. That tiny space feels louder than a shout. Noah finally exhales, slow and shaky. She didn't plan to feel this much just by sitting next to him. She remembers why she tried to stay away, why she told herself this was a bad idea. But memories don't erase feelings. They only make them stronger. Her foot brushes against his for a second, and her breath catches. She doesn't pull away. Nick notices. Of course he does. His eyes drop for just a moment, then lift again. He doesn't move, but everything inside him does. This silence isn't empty anymore. It's full of want, doubt, and something deeper neither of them wants to name. The couch holds them both, steady and still. As the moment stretches waiting for one of them to break, the silence finally breaks. Not with a loud voice, but with a quiet truth. Noah shifts slightly and speaks without looking at Nick. Her voice is calm, but there's something under it, hurt mixed with courage. She says she didn't expect this to feel so intense, just sitting here. She admits she thought time would make things easier, but it didn't. It only made the feelings wait. Nick turns his head toward her. He doesn't answer right away. When he does, his voice is low and honest. He says he tried to forget too. He tried to act like none of it mattered. But every time he saw her, every time her name came up, it all came back. He tells her that pretending was the hardest part. Noah finally looks at him. Not for long, just a glance, but it's enough. She says they always end up here, close, confused, and pretending they don't care. She asks him why it's never simple with them. Her words aren't angry, just tired. Tired of running in circles. Nick leans forward, resting his elbows on his knees. He says maybe it's not simple because it's real. That lands hard between them. Noah swallows, her fingers tightening in her lap. She tells him being real is scary. That caring this much means someone can get hurt. She reminds him of the nights she felt pushed away, of the things he never explained. Nick looks at her now, fully. He doesn't defend himself. He admits he was afraid of wanting her more than he could control. He says pulling back felt safer than falling too deep. His hand moves without thinking, stopping just short of touching hers. He freezes, waiting. Noah doesn't pull away. She lets the moment sit. Her voice softens as she says she didn't need perfection. She just needed honesty. The space between them feels smaller now, charged with everything they've finally said out loud. Their hands are inches apart, breath slow but uneven. The words are done, but the feeling hasn't settled. If anything, it's grown stronger, pushing them toward a choice neither of them can avoid anymore. Neither of them plans it. That's what makes it dangerous. The space between Nick and Noah feels smaller with every breath, like the air itself is pulling them closer. Nick's hand finally moves, slow and unsure, brushing against Noah's fingers. It's not bold. It's a question. He pauses, giving her time to pull away. She doesn't. Noah's fingers curl slightly, holding onto his hand like it's the only solid thing in the room. Her heart beats fast, so loud she's sure he can hear it. She looks at him now, really looks at him, and all the walls she built feel weak. She doesn't smile. This isn't playful. This is serious. This is real. Nick leans in just a little, stopping when their faces are close enough to share the same breath. For a moment, nothing happens. Time stretches thin. He searches her face, even though we never fully see it, reading the answer in her stillness. His thumb presses gently against her hand, grounding himself. When she leans in too, that's all he needs. The kiss is slow. Careful, not rushed, like they're afraid it might disappear if they move too fast. It starts soft, almost unsure, then deepens as the tension finally breaks. It's not just a kiss, it's everything they didn't say, everything they held back. Nick's other hand finds her waist, steady but respectful, pulling her just a little closer. Noah exhales against him, the sound full of relief and want. The couch creaks as they shift. Bodies angled toward each other now. Noah's hand slides up his arm, gripping his sleeve like she's afraid to let go. The kiss grows warmer, more certain, but never careless. This isn't about heat alone. It's about connection. About choosing this moment, even knowing it could change everything. When they finally pull back, their foreheads stay close. Their breathing is uneven. The room feels different now, charged, alive. The kiss may be over, but the feeling isn't. It lingers between them. Heavy and impossible to ignore, they don't move away right away. Nick and Noah stay close, close enough to feel each other breathe, close enough to know that something has shifted between them. The kiss may be over, but its echo stays warm and steady. Noah's hand is still resting on his arm, her fingers relaxed now, no longer tense. Nick doesn't pull back. He lets the moment settle instead of running from it like before. Noah is the first to break the quiet. Her voice is soft, almost careful, as if she's afraid that speaking too loudly might break what they just shared. She says everything feels different now. Not easier, but clearer. She admits the kiss didn't confuse her. It confirmed what she already knew and tried to ignore. That this pull between them never really left. Nick nods slowly. He says the same. That the kiss didn't feel like a mistake. It felt honest. He admits he's still scared, still unsure of what comes next, but for once, he doesn't want to hide from it. He tells her that sitting here, this close, feels more real than all the distance he tried to create before. Noah shifts slightly, but instead of moving away, she leans in, resting her shoulder against his. It's a quiet choice, but a strong one. She says she doesn't need promises tonight. She just needs him to stay present. Nick agrees, his hand settling gently on the back of the couch behind her, protective but not possessive.